co-founder of the We Movement, an organization that, as you guys know, helping youth to change the world. As a student just like you, Craig started his own charity to help less fortunate children. Now today, the We Movement has grown to engage millions of youth in service all across the world. He's internationally known. He is my dear, dear friend. Not only is he an author, just an amazing person, he also added the title Dad to his name. Please welcome to the stage my good friend and co-founder of We, Craig Kielburger.
Good morning. Okay, firstly, if you're having fun today, make some noise. Love that. I gotta say, we have been so amazed since we arrived to see the incredible community response. I gotta start by saying some massive thank you so much. Firstly, Brian Gallant, thank you as the Premier for welcoming. Brian Kennedy, thank you as the Minister of Education. Don Darling, the Mayor, we appreciate the welcome. I gotta say a huge thank you to Dan Foote and to Corey Jameson. These two individuals have worked so incredibly hard for an entire year, actually a year and a half, to pull off this incredible gathering. We're also grateful, of course, to Police Chief Bruce. Thank you so much. In the Anglophone School District South, thank you for supporting them in this incredible effort. I want to say thank you to the volunteers. Thank you to the sponsors. And I got to say a huge, huge thank you to some quiet heroes who we don't recognize nearly enough. So I'm going to ask, if you're a teacher, would you please stand up? If you're a teacher, please give the teachers a giant round of applause. In fact, teachers, you are not allowed to sit down until 5 people have given you a high five. We want to say thank you to the teachers for all their incredible work. Thank you for bringing all the students today. Here's why I'm so excited to be here. I'll share with you a little bit later on of how the We organization started when I was 12 years old. So I was your age. But today, I want to start by sharing the dream of what I believe will happen here, what will happen this morning and throughout today. Because I hope that today, you're going to discover a spark and a gift to help change this world. What do I mean? Well, I believe that we all have a spark, something we care about, something we want to change in the world. On stage today, you're going to hear about a whole variety of issues. You're going to hear about issues that are important to the speakers. They're going to pour their heart and their soul into taking action. And I hope it'll inspire you for something you want to change in the world. In fact, to start with, I need your help. Because when we look at the world today, we see a lot of problems, we see a lot of violence, we see a lot of suffering, we see a lot of need, we see a lot of challenges. But the truth is that there are so many issues today where you can take action to make a difference. So I'm going to ask a favor. So this is a question where I need all of your help. If you have ever been so motivated that you wanted to take action on one of the issues that I'm about to say, then I need you to stand for the group. So only if you're truly so motivated that you'd be willing to take action. So I want to ask you if an issue that you care about enough to take action on is ending poverty in our communities. And if it is, then I ask you to please stand. Okay. Thank you. Okay, now please grab a seat. Now I'm going to ask you if your issue that you're willing to stand up for is ending bullying in our schools. If that is your issue, then please stand. Wow. Please grab a seat. Now if your issue that you're willing to take action on is the issue of mental health and awareness, being there for friends who need it, then please stand. See how many students, okay, grab a seat again. Okay, if you already have a cause, you know what your cause is. You're already passionate about a cause to make difference. Then would you please stand up, whatever cause that might be. Okay. Please grab a seat. Now, if you don't know what your cause is, and in honesty, you don't know what your cause is, but you're open, you're willing to help. If a friend asked you to volunteer with them, if someone reached out for you to make a difference, you'd be willing to help out. If you are open and looking for a cause, then please stand. It takes courage to stand. Please grab a seat. It takes courage to stand to say that you're willing to get involved. It takes courage to stand up for something like poverty or homelessness or mental health or bullying or welcoming new immigrants to our community or reaching out to those in need. Today, you're going to hear dozens of different causes, a spark on stage, and I hope you'll discover your spark. Today, we're also going to talk about your gift. What you have to make a difference in this world. And so often we think that only certain people have the ability to make a difference, but today we're going to talk about how we need each and every one of you to make a difference. In fact, I'm going to ask you, how many of you love playing sports? Would you please stand? Okay? Okay, so imagine a student versus teacher sporting event. The entry fee is canned food for local food banks. Please grab a seat. How many of you love texting? I mean, like if this was an Olympic sport, you could win gold on behalf of Canada. Please stand. Okay, I want you, when you get home tonight, to text a friend about what took place here and spread the message. Please grab a seat. No matter what you love to do, maybe you're the compassionate listener, maybe you're the outspoken speaker, maybe you're the person who loves sports and will mentor a younger kid or help with reading or after-school programs. No matter what you love to do, I promise your gift creates a huge impact in this world. You know, so often we think that only certain types of people can change the world. How many know the name Malala? If you can put up your hands. I love that. So here is a young girl who raised her voice, who spoke out, who made a difference. Here she is with us actually in Africa, building and serving and volunteering. A young girl who as a teenager wanted to change the world and had the courage to raise her voice. You know, each and every one of us can create a change. If we find our spark, match it with our gift, we are unstoppable in this world. In fact, I want to share with you a quick video that we put together on the collection of topics that young Canadians care about to make a difference as an invitation for you to engage.
Hear us as we speak. We are Canada. We are Canada. See the northern lights. We are Canada. We are Canada. As we breathe in a clean air spared by our trees, I'm a child running free, looking for an elder to help me extend the reach of my dream. Basking under mountains that bring our ego to its knees. And if it's hard for you to speak, you don't need to leave. Step outside your ease, there's a home where you can be. We teach how to love the way we've been loved. By autumn, by air, by winter's touch, by sunlight and water that held together for us. We are a generation of dreamers who refuse to lose. Passion burning with the scent of youth. Here to undo hatred, to care for our roots, to give power to the weak, to add color, to include. As we celebrate 150 that we've seen, we pledge now to spread love by any means. We hear the earth shake, but we aren't afraid. All ears to the ground, they hear us say, we are Canada. We are Canada. Take the pledge, because together we are Canada.
I hope then there is a cause that inspires you. Quand j'avais 12 ans, j'ai lu un article au sujet d'une jeune garçon du Pakistan qui a été tué pour parler contre le travail infantile. J'étais bouleversé par ce que j'avais lu et j'étais étonné. J'ai pris cet article chez moi et j'ai parlé à mes amis et ensemble on a fondé une petite organisation, l'organisation Unie, en anglais Oui. Je veux parler un peu plus de l'histoire de l'organisation quand je reviens dans l'après-midi, mais je veux tout simplement dire qu'on trouve quelque chose qui nous inspire. Et quand on voit ça, c'est nécessaire qu'on engage et prenne l'action. You know, for us and for the teachers here, I'm so grateful for all the teachers who've chosen today to be part of this program, because studies show that you inspire and engage students through service learning. My parents are teachers, and I know the purpose of education. It's not just the history dates. It's not just the math equations. It's to inspire a student to look at the world and to realize how they can better the world around them. You know, studies after studies show for the educators here that one of the greatest things you can do is events like today to help inspire students. These are just some of the studies that were done of students involved with us in the We Schools program. When they volunteer, when they come to events like this one, they discover new topics, ways they can make a difference in the world. They create links with their teachers, inspired to make a difference. Studies show that if you engage a student today, they'll continue making that difference as alumni for the rest of their lives. So I'm so grateful to the school boards, the principals, the teachers, everyone who leaned in to make We Believe happen, because I promise you that this is one of those great events that students will remember for a lifetime. And the impact it will have in St. John and so much wider across Atlantic Canada, and Canada is enormous. And for the students here, I want to share one final story in my time up here before I come back again. And the story is this, that I hope as you listen on stage to all these incredible speakers who will pour their heart, who will raise awareness about issues, I hope that not only will you be inspired to act because you're helping someone else, but I promise you that when you do, it will be the greatest thing you do in your own life. I promise you that no matter whether you got an A on your last exam, no matter if you scored the winning goal, no matter what might seem so important right now in your life, I promise that when you take a step back and look at your time in elementary, middle, and high school, you'll realize the most important thing was how you made others feel, what you learned about yourself, and how you'll use that to help others. And to realize how lucky we all are. There are challenges here in Canada. There's a lot of them. You're going to hear about that today. But we also have to realize how lucky we are. I just got back from Kenya in East Africa, and we were there on a school build. We had a group of young Canadian volunteers. We were helping to dig the foundations of the school, to lay the bricks on the walls, to see the walls come up, the roof hoisted up. We were all excited. All the local kids were all excited. They gathered around watching what was taking place. And as the final nail went in the roof, all the kids from the local schools that were watching, we turned to them and said, "It's finished. The school, it's yours. It's built. It's open." And the kids, they started to walk towards the school. But one walked a little bit faster and not wanting to be left behind. They all started to walk a little bit faster, and then one started to jog and not wanting to be left behind. They all started to jog. And one started to run and not wanting to be left behind. They all started to run. And they were running to the door of their school, and they arrived and stopped. And they didn't say a word. And they debated and discussed who should have the honor to open the door to their school for the first time. And they picked a grade 8 girl. She used to have to walk 3 hours each way every day to go to school. That was the nearest school before. She opened the door. They raced inside. They saw they had their own desks before. 3 or 4 students would share a desk. They saw that they had their own notebooks. Before, 5 or 6 students would share a notebook. They had their own pencils. None of the kids before had their own pencils. And they held their pencils in their hands. They held their notebooks. They sat at their desks. They were so excited, so ready to learn that it was pin drop silent in that moment. And we didn't have the heart to tell them that it was Sunday and there was no school. So we started to teach the first lesson for those students. In that moment, I thought back to my own school. I thought back to my teachers who've taught me and realized how lucky we are, because there are always challenges in our lives, and there's always challenges in our communities, and there's always challenges all around us. But the truth is, if you're in this room here today, we live in a country where our rights are protected, where we're safe. We have a chance to go to school. We have won the lottery of life. And the opportunity that's in front of you today is to change the world, to make life better for those in your school who are maybe struggling, or a new Canadian coming to this community, or an elderly individual who needs some help, or a returning veteran we can reach out to, or nationally to end child poverty, or globally to end child labor. The truth is, today you're invited to change this world because you matter. And we believe in you. We believe in your ability to change this world. So I want to close by asking your help. I want to close by asking your help. I'm going to say be the, and I need you to say change. Because there's a lot of challenges in this world. So we need to be the change that we want to see in this world. I'm going to say be the, I need you to say change. Ready? Okay, be the. Oh, no. I need bigger than that. Be the. No. I need you to stand up. We're going to kick today off with so much energy. We're going to make sure that the entire province can hear you today. Be the. Okay, maybe New Brunswick, but I want Atlantic Canada to hear you loud enough in the neighboring provinces. Be the. Wait. Can Ottawa hear you? Be the. Have an amazing celebration. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Wow. Thank you, Craig, so much. Service to others can have an incredible impact on your own life as well as others. And thanks to Craig for sharing his message that even ordinary paths can have an extraordinary destination. Now let's welcome to the stage Deb Landry, who's a certified parenting coach and children's author. She's authored several books on bullying prevention and also wrote the Unite Against Bullying Me program. Please welcome Deb Landry.
Hello, New Brunswick. Wow, okay. All right, so I want to tell you a little bit about our organization, Crossroads. We're a nonprofit organization that teaches character education, social awareness issues, bullying prevention, and of course, volunteering. We started in Maine in 1999, and we have extended our programs internationally, especially our largest program, which you'll see today, the Crown Cares. And it stands for Creating a Respectful Environment in Schools. And our aim is to stop bullying by teaching the power of respect and kindness. I have brought along a lot of members today from our program. These ladies are very familiar with the topic of bullying in schools. And they will all have personal stories to tell you about. My story, my interest in bullying prevention started back when my son, who is now 25, he was in the 6th grade. He was bullied on the bus. In fact, my first book was about his story. Teaching him to stand up and help people ended up getting him bullied.